good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching us, and welcome to the Runlet Baldacci Report. We are about to do an interview with a man that we tell everybody is our favorite. And he's such a favorite that he is now our fourth time that we are interviewing with him. And you'll see why, because he has a brand new book out. But before we start, Gianni, I want to show you this wonderful frame of pictures, 10 cells from the movie The Godfather. And I told them at Universal Studios I would not buy it unless you're in it, and you are. It's the wedding scene. There you are next to Talia Shire. And I jerry-rigged this little light here so I could show people when they come to my apartment. And you are right next to another great artist. His name, Pablo Picasso. I have a print from Picasso, and you're right next to Picasso. There you go. Okay. Go ahead,
Well,
Rob.
with that, my friend, welcome back to Maine.
No, thank you. I miss Maine coming up there.
Well,
actually.
we miss you. We miss you too,
Yeah.
you and Julia. It's so. Anyway, you are so busy. This Hollywood Godfather,
Yeah.
Gianni
taking
Russo,
off, isn't
yeah. I mean, he's got so many things going, and I think the purpose of this show, Gianni, is really to talk about your new book that's coming out here soon, which is coming out as a bestseller.
November
and-
25th.
What's that, Gianni?
It's November 25th officially.
November
Yep.
25th. Oh my
Yeah.
God! Thanksgiving. What a great.
And also, some of your performances that you're doing, not only here in the United States, but also around, also in Europe, the first quarter of next year. And you got a lot going on, And
I'm going to make a major announcement on the show today.
Oh, you are?
we can hardly wait.
It's huge.
All right.
It's huge.
Whoa, boy! Thank you for that. Okay.
All right. Do you want to start? Let's start off, Gianni, to talk about the new book, Mafia Secrets. And I know you got a couple of others that are in the works, but this followed the Hollywood Godfather and the fifth family or sixth family fiction.
Yeah, the six film. I don't even talk about them. To me, a Hollywood Godfather was an amazing. We did over 100,000 copies.
Yeah, it's a
of
great
that,
book. Great book.
which I can't believe, because and the people who've been mentors to me, like people like Gay Talese, great actor, great writer, Nick Pileggi, and all those people, they gave me forwards on that book.
Oh, they did
Now-
really good.
Oh yeah, they gave me now forwards on this book.
Yeah.
Good.
And you also have Steve Schreiber, who worked for you. Steve was
Steve
Bobby
Schreiber.
Bacala in The
Sopranos, yeah.
Sopranos.
I love that guy. His character.
Yeah.
And Al Ciprianza.
Yes, who was in The
That's an
Sopranos. Yep.
No, now I have a list of people I can't believe. And the hook on this book, and it's really working, is in one of the references on the back of the book, it says, Scorsese got it wrong in Casino,
Wow.
which everybody has seen the movie.
Sure.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Well, one of the sad episodes in my life, because I've always talked about opportunities and obstacles.
Yeah.
Fortunately, my life has been full of opportunities and not so many bad obstacles. But on a Sunday night, and if your audience is listening to this now, this in itself, you'll go buy the book. On a Sunday night, Tony Spilotro, who they sent from Chicago to run Vegas, was always trying to get into my casino. But he was already in the black book. You're not allowed in a casino. And I could lose my license for letting you in.
Just letting him in there. Yeah.
Oh, no, you can't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lose it.
You lose your license.
He waited till 4 o'clock on a Saturday morning with a bunch of friends. They're all drunk. And, I'm not a tough guy, but I'm not going to be forced to do anything. And I don't carry one gun, I carry two at night. Anyways, he comes to my door, and a guy we were just talking about, Steve Schreiber, was working for me
Yeah.
as a doorman, because he was going to the University of Nevada, and I had all these guys, and they're all good friends of mine still today. And he insisted on coming in. I got to the front door, And I said, Tony, there's no way I could let you in. I ain't going to blow my license for you. And he's F this and F that and that's that. Long story short, every Sunday I have a sit-down dinner at my home
Yeah.
in Vegas at that time. Well, we not only just sat down, we were into the salads maybe, and they cut my house literally in half with machine guns.
What?
Right.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, with machine guns. But I built this house. Everything in Nevada is don't have basements. I
Yeah.
wanted a basement, but they didn't know why I wanted a basement. I wanted so I could raise the house, and then I put landfill to it because that's how my mind thinks. If somebody's going to come and shoot at me from the street, it's going to go through the attic. They shoot my house up.
Yeah.
I got on the phone immediately to, well, I could talk to about it now. Tony Batters, he was the boss of bosses of Chicago. Chicago Alpha only has one boss, not like New York. You have 5 families.
Right.
Tony O'Connor was the boss. I happened to know him. I was complaining about this guy. And the good news is Frank Nitty's son, Nick Nitty, and I were partners when we were taking all the skim out of Nevada. Nobody knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
But we moved $600 million through the Vatican. Nobody could stop us.
And that's a whole other story, right?
That's a
Yeah.
whole
And
other story.
that's why you're carrying the cross of St. Paul.
From John Paul II.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's right. But go ahead. This is great.
So now I call him. I said, the guy cut my house in half with machine guns with my family in it. I'll call you right back. So he calls me back, and this is such an unbelievable story. He said, come in on Tuesday night. I'll buy the ticket. They'll call you, and they'll pick you up at the airport at O'Hare. So I go to McCarran. I was living in Vegas,
Mhm.
and I fly in. And who's there is Frank Collada. Now, Frank Collada ran the hole in the gang for Tony Spilotro. Now, I get off the plane, and I'm seeing him there. And fortunately, then I saw Frankie Ballesteri, who I knew out of Philadelphia, because I thought maybe they were setting me up.
Sure.
Right.
What's Collada picking me up at the airport for?
Yeah.
Well, they took me out to the suburbs of Chicago. And again, I'm saying, like, I'm very leery about it all. Because, you know, they have no loyalty, these people.
Yep.
And I'll prove it to you in 10 minutes. So now we get to this house. There's a couple of cars outside. We go to the alleyway, and we go in the side door and go downstairs. As we're walking down the steps, you could smell the stench of, you know, the body waste, and and they have tarps up all around.
Oh, my God.
And they have Michael Spilotro, who's the greatest guy in the world, never did anything wrong, and Tony looking at each other, totally nude, shackled and duct taped to these chairs.
Oh,
What?
wow. Wow.
Jeez.
No, wait a minute. You ain't going to believe this visual. When you read this in the book, I mean, my co-writer, Michael Benson, this is the first time I wrote with him. When he writes something, you could smell the blood. This guy, I mean, it's an amazing, that in itself, you would want to buy this book.
Sure.
So now I get down there, and Tony Batters was a bodyguard for Capone.
Al Capone, right.
And why he was called Tony Batters, he only worked with baseball bats. He'd beat you to death with baseball bats. That was his signature.
Right.
So when law enforcement found you, they knew who did it, but they could never prove it. They're next to death. And I'm saying, why does he want me? He says, well, he wanted to show you that they meant no disrespect. And I said, well, this is crazy. And with this, Tony, out of a whisper, because he was so beat up already, Johnny. And I'm saying, what's this guy want me for? So I look at, you know, them. I said, I want to hear what he's saying. So they come with me. And he says, tell him to kill my brother Michael. He had nothing to do with this. I can't watch him do this. They wanted to watch him beat his brother to death.
Oh, boy.
And they did.
Oh, they did?
They killed both of them.
Okay.
But that's when they took them. We're in Casino. Scorsese has them found in a shallow grave in Indiana.
Yeah.
They didn't kill them there. When I saw it in the picture, I knew they couldn't kill them there. They're not going to take a risk like that.
Sure.
They beat them there, and in the tops, they brought them down through the tops in the hole, and they were found. But just that scene in itself,
Yeah.
that chapter, is going to blow people's minds.
Gianni, you've told us story after story, 3 hours of interviews, and then privately in conversations with you. But God Almighty, you've never told that one, because I would have remembered that one. Would you? Rob,
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
No, that's great.
Yeah. Okay, but Rob, keep us moving.
Gianni, in terms of this book versus the Hollywood Godfather, because you've covered as a young boy at Bellevue, stricken with polio. Nobody's around. Nobody sees you except Dolores, who really kind of took care of you.
Yeah.
And moving from there, meeting Frank Costello.
And having to defend yourself to rape upon a child. Go ahead, Costello. Yeah.
So anyway, you've come out with this book. What does this book cover? I've read it, by the way, and with the advanced copy you sent me, it's fantastic. Highly recommended.
Yeah.
And but in this book, I did touch on all of that just because if you're a first book reader, I want to take advantage that the attitude that you read the first book. So that's in it. But I think you could see Michael Benson's flair of writing is so much better than Pat Piccirilli's. I mean, this guy is like, you could smell the blood.
Well, he's a pro.
Pasta, you could smell the sauce. I mean,
Gianni, do you? I preface this with there's a magazine out. You know how Life puts out these magazines about people. They got one about Kiss now, but they have a magazine about The Godfather. It's absolutely fantastic. They cover each movie in detail. Then they cover The Sopranos, and they talk about you. They talk about there was a meeting at your house one day at the home of Gianni Russo, who played Carlo. But they close. They close by talking about all the influences, but in a same magazine about Marilyn Monroe, Life magazine, it says they talk about the Kennedy involvement, and they imply what you have said, and that is that Bobby Kennedy was involved in the murder of Marilyn Monroe. And this article, which I thought was pretty strange because it's Life magazine, pretty much sort of didn't validate it, but said this is becoming very apparent or very obvious, and you have told the audiences, no, it happened. Do you mention that in this book?
Yes.
Okay.
And also that one of the things that just happened to me last week on the 8th was the anniversary of Dorothy Kilgallen's death.
Yes, Dorothy Kilgallen on What's My Line?
Talk about that, Gianni. Talk about that.
But see, the interesting thing of what you just said, I knew Dorothy Kilgallen because, Costello owned the Copa, and those people were his guests, Walter Winchell or anybody, because they ate and they dined and they talked about the Copacabana.
Right.
So after I was with Marilyn that last weekend in Calneva when she refused to bed Bobby one more time.
Calneva being the place owned by Sinatra in Nevada. Yeah.
And Chicago Mall.
Yeah.
Giancarlo owned it with them. And the reason that was built for your audience, Calneva, like I mentioned before, I couldn't let Spilotro in my club because he's in the Black Book. So they built this on the California-Nevada border.
Right, that's why it's called Calneva, right.
Yeah, but the cabins where the mob stayed were in California. They weren't in the club.
Jeez.
It was genius.
Yeah.
And they would walk into the casino that was at the pool that's on the border of both.
Unbelievable.
Why I brought that up, though, I was with Marilyn the last weekend of July. They brought her there. Sinatra was there. He was holding a meeting. In fact, the photographs that I have even in this book were taken by Sam Giancana. He had the only camera.
Wow.
And they set up, we're talking about 60, 70 years ago.
Yeah, right.
Her bedroom was set up with cameras. They wanted her to bed Bobby one more time because they knew. See, John told Marilyn, now that he's president and he's Catholic, he has to stay with Jackie
Right.
for at least 2 years. That's how naive Marilyn was. He said, I'm going to divorce her after 2 years and I'll marry you. And she waited for him. He said, stay around my brother Bobby. He'll protect you. He not only protected her, he took advantage of her. Because Marilyn, one thing about Marilyn, even I had the conversation with Sinatra, Marlon Brando, Tony Curtis. Marilyn had such a low esteem. She would give herself because she thought that's all she had to offer.
Yeah,
That
sad.
magazine said the same thing, Gianni, about her low self-esteem. And not to interrupt you, because I want you to finish, but they also said she was in a good mood. She even visited her psychiatrist, and he took a tape, and she was in a good mood. She wasn't anywhere close to suicide. Anyway, go ahead. I interrupted you.
So with that said, after that, I come back on Monday and I said, she wouldn't do it. She's going to the press. She's going to disclose the Kennedys for what they are. Costello said to me, she's dead. I said, how are you going to kill her? She's the biggest movie star in the world. She had Someone Like It Hot out right now. It was the biggest
Right.
film ever.
Yep.
On that Thursday, she was dead.
Jesus.
Jeez.
Wow.
So Dorothy Kilgallen, and being in the investigative reporter that she has always been, asked to meet me. And I met her a couple of times informally at the Copa, and we sat down. And she said, I wanted to talk to you. I said, great, what about? She said, well, I know you were close to Marilyn. You were just with her. And I know Bobby Kennedy killed her. I'm going to prove it. And that's what happened to her. It took 3 years. She died 3 years later, the same way Marilyn did.
Dorothy Kilgallen. Yeah. Did
Dorothy
they ever
Kilgallen.
find out about her death, Gianni?
Well, we're doing that now. Yeah.
I know. I heard your podcast, which was.
No, what we did now, what we're the biggest problem we had, and I'll tell you right now, I'm not friendly with the DA here or anything else, but Holderman, that councilman, this guy pushed it because he wanted to get the case reopened.
Okay.
So when they went through the investigation, they stopped the cold case. So we said, why? There's nobody to prosecute. No, everybody's dead.
Yeah.
Right.
Why are we spending all this money? They're dead.
Wow.
So now what we're doing, and I'm an advocate of it, and I'm getting it done. We want both, because these ladies don't deserve to have their legacy go down where they committed suicide.
Tarnished badly, yeah.
Right. So what we're doing now, we're having both their death certificates from suicide to homicide.
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Just to clean up their legacy. And part of it was dedicating 68th Street, where Dorothy Kilgallen lived, 45. I walked her home many times.
Yeah.
And they just sold that for $24 million.
What?
A brownstone. A brownstone is $24 million. No, this girl was, she was a star on What's My Line.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everybody
I
loved
remember.
Dorothy Kilgallen.
Yep.
I remember that.
But not only that, people don't realize she was syndicated in over 1 million daily subscriptions. Just get $1 from that a day. That's $1 billion a day.
She also
Nobody
played a role,
realized her wealth.
Gianni, the JFK assassination, which you have intimate knowledge about.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Dorothy was investigating. She was on the trail to determine that Lee Harvey Oswald did not kill JFK by himself. He might have been involved.
No.
What do you? Any comments on that whole thing?
Well, I was good. I was very close to Gianni Russo,
Right.
at Chicago. A good-looking guy.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is that he was a shooter there. What people don't realize, all the organized crime families in America, Detroit, Cleveland, they all wanted a shooter there. Nobody was trusting each other.
Wow.
Even Marcellus. Marcellus had Lee Harvey Oswald. You heard him on the radio. It brought him from Texas to New Orleans. That was his shooter.
Okay.
I am bringing Gianni Roselli up.
Yeah.
Gianni Roselli told me himself, I have it. when he was in the storm sewer. He got in it 4 blocks away. And when that car came up the knoll, he had JFK's head in the windshield before you even saw the grill of the car.
Oh my God.
Mm.
Jeez.
And his bullet was the bullet that shattered JFK's head, and that's what hit Jackie on her suit that day.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So he was the shooter. He was the dead shooter.
Yeah.
There was no question about it.
Right.
But nobody knows this about him. He has claustrophobia. So they were going to indict him, and the rest of the families, they got him whacked
That's right.
because they knew he'd open up. He couldn't go to jail.
And speaking of claustrophobia, they put him in what?
A barrel. No, but what got crazy about that, they killed him somewhere else. By the time they took him to put him in the barrel, rigor mortis set in, so they cut off his legs and stuffed them in. As a joke, Gianni Russo used to have the biggest monograms on his shirt, like, 2-inch letters.
Really?
He always was that kind of guy.
Yeah.
These guys on the barrel sprayed in white, JR.
And they found the barrel, didn't they, Gianni?
What?
What's so funny? I can't even mention the guy who I was having breakfast with because he's still alive.
Yeah.
On the 79th Street Causeway at Place for Steak outside, the sun's coming up, it's beautiful. The barrel came up floating about 50 feet away from us. We ran out of the restaurant.
What? Yeah, you see the barrel? You saw
I
it?
saw the barrel with JR on it. I knew what they did.
Yeah. That's
You can't
crazy.
make these stories up, man.
No. Is that in your book as well? That whole?
Yeah.
Sure, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Derry had mentioned Kiss in passing.
Yeah, right, yeah.
You've got a connection with Kiss, the Gene Simmons.
Gene Simmons, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Gene, I just made a deal with Gene. Gene, and what's it? A good friend.
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
Right.
He came to see my show at Herb Alpert's place in Bel Air about 2 or 3 years ago. And I come looking out and I'm seeing, and you can't miss Gene Simmons. He's like 6'3", this guy.
Yeah, he's a big guy, yeah.
And I looked next to him, it's Mel Gibson. I didn't know they were in the audience.
Who's a short guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mel's pretty short, yeah.
Yeah, so they're sitting on the railing looking straight at me because I had the people in the mezzanine and then them up in the railing. And the end of the show, they came to me and they said, "This is an amazing show. It's the show you saw, Robert, about the book."
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so with that said, they wanted to do it. But, in L.A., everybody does this and does that, and it got crazy. My announcement to you today is insane.
Stay tuned, viewers. Go ahead.
You're hearing it first.
All right.
A very good friend of mine, George Gallo, just sold a screenplay on Gambino, and they just made the announcement that Nick, oh my God.
Pileggi?
No, Nicolas Cage.
Oh, Nick Cage.
Cage, yeah.
Okay.
Nicolas Cage is playing Gambino,
Okay.
and John Woo is directing. So now I call him and congratulate him. And he said to me, "I was just going to call you." I said, "What about what?" He said, "I want to do your movie now."
Wow.
Yeah.
So now, with all the things that got going on, next year we go in pre-production on the Hollywood Godfather.
Oh, God bless you.
Film.
Fantastic.
It's crazy.
A feature film.
Yeah.
Anybody that you want to play you, Gianni?
One guy.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
No, I like that Keanu Reeves. But
Keanu Reeves, a wonderful actor, wonderful guy.
I know, but I'm thinking now he's 60. I didn't know he was 60, but they probably could now play him younger. I think he's a great actor because, I'm really not a tough guy and he's not either, but you could tell if he wanted to get crazy, he could.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the same for you too. I know you very well. You're the sweetest, most generous guy I've ever known. But I'm sure if somebody pushes your buttons,
Well, you
Mr.
told us a
Russo,
few
you're not going to
stories,
put up with that shit.
and I want to interject something.
The proof of it is I've killed 4 people
I
already.
know you have.
Right. And I have to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen who are watching us.
In self-defense.
Yeah, yes. Rob and
also-
I had 3 shows with Gianni before this one,
Yeah.
and we vetted most of the stuff that he told us, and to fact-finding by finding corresponding stuff. For example, he murdered one of Escobar's guy in his casino in self-defense.
It was in
That
the
made front page
newspapers.
news in
Sure it
Vegas.
did.
Many of the stories that he tells you, that you can find an article about it in some newspaper. So, one thing that we learned from getting to be friends with Gianni Russo, there's one thing that he is, and most Italian guys, they're not bullshitters. That's the thing. When they say something, they don't have any reason to bullshit.
Yeah, why?
Whatever they're saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead, Rob. Yeah.
No, so in terms of production, I assume that Gene Simmons and Mel are helping to produce it, or what's their role in it?
Well, I don't know now, because now that they wanted to do it,
Yeah.
the last meeting I had with them, they wanted to do it.
Gotcha.
But they said that 2 years ago.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So now, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I want to see. See, the good news about with him doing it, Freddie Gallo. Freddie Gallo now has an output deal with 5 studios. He's made some big movies, Midnight Run. Now, I mean, he's gotten some big production out there now.
Sure.
This film here is going to be $15 million. So he's not doing low budget films now.
Right.
He's being recognized by the studio. He has an output deal. He's like, I can take it anywhere. Give it to me. I said, you got it. No problem.
Unbelievable. That's very, very exciting. And along with
is really exciting.
it is.
So, Gianni, when you do your books, do you go on a book signing tour? Do you go on a tour where people can come and meet you and get your book signed?
I'm on a tour now. I've never seen iHeartRadio probably has me on every, even affiliate stations. I'm doing Zoom meetings every 2 or 3 a day. Plus, I'm going on tour. Yeah. Plus, I'm going on tours to bookstores. Barnes and Noble has been great with me on pre-sales.
Yeah.
They started selling the book already.
Yeah.
And Amazon, if you go on, anybody right now goes on Amazon, Amazon is offering the book 25% off right now for Christmas.
I got my copy.
Yeah, you get your autograph.
Absolutely. Not autographed yet.
Oh.
When I see Gianni, well, I'm sure.
No, but the thing is that what I didn't realize, but this is like my 4th book, and I'm not in this world. But why they're doing? Because I asked my publisher, who I went from. Anybody, I don't want to, say Martin's Press. They were great to me. I'm with Putnam now. Putnam Random House.
One of the best. Right.
So I can't go any further than I am.
Right.
But what they're doing and why they're doing it, they said, Johnny, if we sell a certain amount, you will come out as in the New York Times bestseller list as a bestseller already. That's what we want to do by November 25th. And I think we made it now, because I think we sold 50,000 copies was the goal. We
Already. Fantastic, Gianni. So the book is also available on audio, because you did
I do them all, yeah.
Yeah, so on Amazon.
The audio book, that's what I liked.
And he does the voice.
Oh, my God. That would be.
I add little tidbits to it.
Do you really?
I have to say, Gianni,
it's fun.
the book about my daughter was made into an audio book by a Broadway actor who takes my voice and my daughter's voice. And I got to tell you something. People say they like reading my book, but if you listen to the audio books and hear the inflections of your voice, your inflections, not the ones that you read in a book, it's really something.
Well, that's his life.
I know, but Gianni, did you know? You had no clue when you were doing that movie that this was going to take you.
Which movie?
The Godfather.
Godfather.
That this would take you.
Because he's been in 40 movies.
Right.
Plus.
Yeah, to 40 movies. I mean, you're on the set. one of my favorite stories, folks, and I'm going to just tell it, that he was doing a reading. They were doing script readings, and Marlon Brando didn't think he was right for the part. So he goes up to Francis Ford and Coppola and said, listen, get that Gianni Russo guy off the...
That's a major part, right?
Hey,
You know?
he went up to him and said, hey, you do that one more time, I'm going to rip your heart out of your chest. And Marlon says, hey, that's pretty good.
Well, you cleaned it up a little bit.
He did. Yeah, he did, didn't he, Gianni? Do you want to give us the real version?
Yeah, no, that is the real...
What happened was we were in our first rehearsal.
Yeah.
And nobody could understand how I even got the part.
Yeah.
Because I'm not an actor.
Yeah.
And me, I always dress. So we go to the rehearsal. Fortunately, it was 119th Street up in Harlem. And that was Fat Tony Salerno's club. I used to bring midnight loans up there when I was younger.
So you're familiar with it, yeah.
Yeah, because they had big Zig and Egg games. So I got there earlier, and I'm seeing Danny Pagano Sr., Jr., all of them at the bar, Tony Federici. They said, what are you doing here? I said, I'm here for the rehearsal. They said, for The Godfather? I said, yeah. And everybody I said for the past 2 weeks that I'm in the movie thought I was lying.
Yeah.
Which, as I said,
Yeah.
Now, I see, like you pointed out, in an Italian world, in the business I'm in, your word is your bond, your word is it.
Absolutely.
Right.
If they thought you were lying, I think in most situations.
That's why I
but
tell people, Italian, especially the mafia guys, they didn't lie. They didn't have to lie.
Oh my God, specifically. So what I'm saying to myself, if I get thrown out of these people, I can't go back to the neighborhood. These people don't. Why I'm saying that? Now we go into the rehearsal room, and I know the room back, like the back of my hand. They said all the Italians would like the Italians to exaggerate their mannerisms. Okay. Eating, talking, everything. We'll be here for 5 days rehearsing. And all the non-Italians, like Marlon Brando being Polish, James Caan was Jewish, have to watch. Now they're going to bring in Marlon Brando. Said, we're going to bring Marlon Brando in now, and all you thespians on the breaks, don't go near him, don't talk to him, don't do anything. And so everybody abide by the rules. I didn't know what was going on. We had a 45-minute rehearsal. I'm wearing Brioni. I got like 2,000 in my pocket. I mean, Diane Keaton, I just eulogized her. She looked like my gardener dressed better than this girl. Her hair was all washed. She had combat boots untied on. I'm saying, what the hell is this? But long story short, Brando comes over to me. He said, you're a big TV actor. I said, no. He said, you got a big movie coming out. I said, no, I don't. He says, who'd you study with? I said, what's these questions about? What do you study what? And with this, he calls Coppola over. He says, Francis, he's playing my son-in-law. He undermines my family. He gets my oldest son killed.
Right. Yeah.
This guy's got to be a great actor.
Yeah.
And Coppola couldn't say nothing because he didn't hire me either. Joe Colombo got me the part.
We're finished. I'm putting you on a plane to Vegas. Tom? I want you to stay there. You understand? Only don't tell me you're innocent. Because it insults my intelligence. It makes me very angry. Now, who approached you? Tartaglia or Barzini?
It was Barzini.
Good. There's a car waiting for you outside. Take you to the airport. I'll call your wife. Tell her what flight you're on. Come on, get out of my sight.
Hello, Carlo.
So now I don't know protocol. It's the first set I'm on, even in rehearsal. So I said, Coppola, I said, go over there a minute. I want to talk to this guy. And I put my arm on him. Not alone talk to him. I put my arm on him. I wanted to walk him at a distance to hear what I'm going to say. So I knew there was no game going on. It was too early. I walked him towards the back there. And I'm eyeball to eyeball him. I said, listen to me. I'm going to only say this once, okay? All due respect to you. You screw this up for me today. I will suck on your heart. You will bleed out here right now. You understand that? He stepped back. He looked at me. He said, that was brilliant. He thought I was acting. I ran away.
That's what I love about it. You go, oh, okay, now you got it. Now
But you continued a great relationship with him until the day he died.
Oh, my God. I got him the biggest paycheck he ever got.
Oh, talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I co-produced a great movie called The Freshman.
Yeah, fantastic, about the endangered species. What a great movie that was, yeah.
Yeah, but not only that, we can never mention, Warner Brothers didn't get permission from Paramount. They wouldn't let them use Godfather. So every time you saw him dressed as the Godfather, you would say, no, don't say that.
Oh,
which
right.
became a joke within the movie.
Yeah.
Made the movie even better.
Yeah, sure. It was well done. But he had a big
I love
payday.
that movie.
You
I
set him
love
up
that
with a
movie.
lot of money on that deal?
He got $15 million
Wow.
from Warner Brothers, the biggest money ever.
15 million?
Yeah.
Million. Yep.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
But he was such a nice guy at the end.
I'm glad to hear that.
Is it?
I'm really glad to hear that, because what an iconic. I mean, just that look on his face with the walnuts in his mouth, whatever, and cat in his lap. I got a cat just like his cat, you know.
Oh, yeah.
In his movie, the one on his lap.
Yeah.
I just think, I'm so glad to hear that you liked him.
No, but you know what the funniest thing? I became a neighbor to him. How crazy I am. I got an opportunity to buy a house on Mulholland Drive between him and Jack Nicholson.
Right.
Between him and Jack? I told you, being between a rose between two thorns.
Yes, that's right.
Two maniacs. But it's funny because, I mean, now that he's passed on, I could say it. But most people knew he was bisexual, Brando. But some days you'd go there, he'd be dressed as a woman.
Oh, my
and
God.
some days you'd go, he's dressed as a guy.
Wow.
It was all according to the mood he was in.
Oh,
What?
my God.
Well, look at who his two best friends were. Michael Jackson and Elizabeth Taylor. Hello.
Right. Okay. I didn't realize that, Gianni.
I didn't realize that one. That's how.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys.
And by the way, they said the same thing about Marilyn. That Marilyn was with Marlene Dietrich and Joan Crawford and a few others in this book, in this magazine.
All of them.
Really?
Angie Dickinson, they were all bi.
Oh, no kidding.
In Hollywood, that was a big thing then. You know, guys, I don't know. Tony Curtis is bisexual.
No way.
Tony Curtis, the first time we did Lepke, first time on the set, right? We're in rehearsal.
And he was in the movie with him, yeah.
I was in the movie. I played Albert Anastasia in that movie. He played Louis Bookwalter, and we created Murder Incorporated.
Right.
So, he comes up to me in a rehearsal, and he grabs me by my ass. I said, what the hell are you doing? He said, I've been wanting to touch your ass all day. I said, touch it again. I'll rip off your arm and shove it up your ass.
Jesus Christ.
And I said, but you probably like that.
Yeah, did you? Yeah. Oh, my God.
I just got to tell you, Gianni, I'm driving down, okay, at another show, and he comes out with stuff. And from then on, you can't watch Tony Curtis ever again without
Without thinking of that story.
Oh, I know, but I mean, but Hollywood was that. I mean, the casting couch back then was how
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
famous star,
Uh,
male or female.
Judd Nelson, who's the son of a very prominent lawyer here in Maine, Judd Nelson in all those movies, Breakfast Club, whatever, he was going to be a big deal in Hollywood without any question. And one of the days he was talking to his uncle, who's a friend of mine, and basically said, "Yeah, I got tired of being hit on by directors." Yeah, he goes,
Really?
"No, well, no, I'm not going to." And that's why his career, not the only reason, but of course because Judd became a great TV star. So anyway, go ahead. Your next question, Rob. This is fun, wicked fun.
It is. It is. So, Gianni, you've been in how many movies and TV shows?
46 movies, $200 of television.
Jeez, God,
I know it.
Yeah.
I know
Okay.
it. And what? Obviously, you loved it. You even though you weren't trained as an actor, did you ever take any acting lessons?
Yeah.
No, no.
It was just natural. You just.
Well, I mean, I just react who I am.
Yeah.
That's what
Right.
In fact, I tell a lot of people this story. I had an opportunity. I did first 6 episodes of
Yeah.
Prison Break.
Prison Break. I love Prison Break. What a great series that was. You were in that?
I was the first 6 weeks.
Oh my
Brett
God.
Brett Ratner created and directed it.
Yeah.
And I called Brett. I said, Brett, you got to kill me off. I can't do this. So what are you talking about? I said, all my life, I wanted to stay out of prison. I never slept in a jail.
Yeah.
Now I'm flying to Chicago. They pick me up and they take me to La Jolla prison. We're staying in trailers outside from Sunday night to Friday. There's real prisoners there. I said, I didn't want nothing to do with this. This is going to be a big series. I said, I don't care. You see, nobody realized till now how much money I stole.
What do you mean? Elaborate on that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when I was taking the skim from Vegas,
Sure.
we took 600 million to the Vatican.
Right.
We got courier's fees on that. We were
Sure.
bonded by Lloyd's of London. We'd get stopped by the FBI at McCarran Airport. They knew what we were doing. We'd show them the letter from the Vatican.
Yeah.
That's our employee.
Yeah.
Go subpoena them.
And you flew at Alitalia to go over to Italy, and they were on. They were well aware of what was going on.
Dick Nitty and I would leave Vegas, go to Chicago. We'd
Yeah.
take the late plane out to Chicago. Even our captain of the plane was in on it.
Yeah.
The money was in flight bags.
Wow.
And Gianni, were you carrying this money like in suitcases or something? Or what?
In flight bags.
What's that?
Flight bags.
The engineer
Flight
flight bags. Yeah. It holds that. Now understand, this is minted money. Each flight bag held 2 million.
And what were the denominations? Hundreds?
Of course. No.
Yeah,
No,
well,
singles. We need a truck to get
You
out.
say, of course. Excuse me, Gianni. I don't have experience in taking money to the Vatican. I'm sorry.
No, but that's why, you know, when
There was.
once Marcinkus was dead, that was the end of it. And that's why there was that one pope that lasted 31 days. He didn't want to go along with it.
Okay.
So they gave him a hot tea, and that was the end of it. Then we went back into business.
Wow. Wow. And is that in your book? Any of this?
Yes, that's in the book.
It is. It is.
In fact, you know, this book I got so leery about it. I called my uncle, who's 95. He's still running La Cosa Nostra. He's the boss of bosses in Sicily.
Yeah.
My family's been involved with them for hundreds of years. So I told him, I said, you know, I'm getting a little leery. He said, why don't you come over? Like, you know, he's talking about come over. He's talking about Sicily.
Yeah, right.
You won't believe what I did.
What'd you do?
He arranged for me to fly over privately from Westchester Airport.
Okay.
I went to Sicily. I took Julia with me. She couldn't believe it.
Really?
We're flying on our own jet.
Jesus.
We got 20 guys with us all the time. We're only there for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And back.
Gianni, when was this? Because I know you have a place in
Yeah.
Sicily already.
Yeah.
You have a place in Sicily?
Yeah, he does.
Where?
In
Huh?
Sheffield, the
Sheffield.
best place.
Is that near Catania or
No. It's
Taormina?
I'm on the tip. I'm
Oh,
all
you're
the
on
way
the
up.
tip.
Palermo, east of Palermo.
East of Palermo. Gianni, one question I wanted to ask you is that when you do this tell-all, is there anybody still alive, either with the mafia or anybody else, that's going to be like really pissed off that you outed
Well,
them?
that's why I was just telling you. I went to see my uncles to
Yeah.
who they okayed.
Yeah.
I did have to take 2 or 3 names out.
Yeah.
I'll wait for them to die, and then I'll write about them in another
Right.
book.
Yeah. But anybody that you talk about in your book is either passed away or
Yeah.
not
No,
an
he-
issue. Not an issue. Otherwise, anybody that's alive, and I know a couple of people that you know,
Well,
and you haven't
No, I
mentioned
would
them.
never.
Gianni, when people ask me about these things that you do and these secrets that you have let out, they ask me, well, Terry, what about being sued for so-and-so? And what about this? I said, well, first of all, truth is a defense to slander. So if in fact somebody really did something, you call them a thief and they really did steal, then there's no, that's the defense. The other defense is that if you are a public figure, you can say whatever you want about them. That's why you see in the National Enquirer, George Bush used to meet with aliens for golf. And you see these strange headlines.
And there's
that's
nothing you could do
a
about
fair game. The National Enquirer suddenly changed to try to be more honest about it. So, yeah, so I tell people, no, Gianni Russo is not afraid of somebody coming after him. I said, he's
Well, I had funny you should say that. Not too long ago, I heard about these young guys in Brooklyn. Now they're the guys. And they kept calling me and calling me. I said, I don't want to talk to you. Well, you don't know who we are. I said, you're right. And I don't want to know.
Good
They
for
said,
you.
well, we know where you live. I said, you do? I said,
Yeah.
come over now.
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
He said, can we come over? I said, come over now. When you walk in the door, I'm going to blow your fucking head off.
Good for you. How did you feel about this recent sports gambling Department of Justice investigation? And now apparently the 5 families are involved in it.
Yeah, right.
They've done this forever.
Right.
And you know why they're doing it now? Years ago, you never saw gambling advertised on television.
No,
Right.
no.
This is how they're making their big money. They're luring these sports figures into
Sure.
these games.
Right.
They give them the money to lose. Then
Okay.
now they're in hock to them for $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. So how they sell it to you, I knew this was going on for a while. How they sell it to a great guy, just shave today. If this is the number, drop 1 ball. And that's what they're doing. They're betting on strikes.
Yeah.
That's
sure.
why these guys are dropping strikes.
Yeah.
And they're paying off their debt. They're not losing the game,
Yeah.
but now you could bet on anything.
Yeah. It's
And that's
crazy.
what they're taking advantage of them on.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's been going on forever.
Yep, yep. Gianni, I don't know how much more time we have. We got a few more minutes, but I wanted you to take the time to kind of talk about your deal with resorts, casinos, your performances. You're traveling all over the place. He was in
resorts are
Baku with Azerbaijan with Engelbert Humperdinck. And,
Really?
oh yeah, like
Engelbert.
how many people were at the venue that you were at performing?
25,000 people we had.
Yeah.
Oh, my
unbelievable.
God.
I didn't know there was 25,000 people. I didn't even know where we were going. Baku,
where
Azerbaijan.
you said?
Baku, Azerbaijan,
Oh, okay.
in
wow.
Eastern Europe, right?
Caspian Sea. It's
Yeah.
the playground for billionaires. I couldn't believe it.
I got you. Oh, wow. Never
They
heard
flew
of it.
him- He and Julia were out, and yeah,
Yeah, I'm going again this year. Why wouldn't I?
yeah, of course.
Audience, the name Julia has come up a couple times, and that would be the very fortunate person who is Gianni's significant.
She's a sweetheart. She is. We love her. We love
That's
Julia.
A very nice
Thank
appearing
God.
woman, a very, very sweet
I'm
woman.
settling down after 83 years.
Yeah, I know. We're glad Gianni finally took off the Playboy moniker. Okay.
Yeah, you picked a good one, Gianni.
yeah,
I'll
that's
tell
good
you.
for
Good for you.
The bottom line is, I can't believe in 3 weeks, I'm going to be 83, December 12th. I can't believe it.
Same
Well-
day as Frank Sinatra.
Oh, same birthday as Frank?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Same birthday as Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
That says a lot right there. No wonder.
That's right.
I mean, I believe in that stuff. If you're born the same day as somebody, and I was born just a few days from Elvis, and I am Elvis. And you
I
are
can
Frank
see it.
Sinatra.
What, Gianni?
Right now, you look a lot better than Elvis.
Poor Elvis, Jesus.
Oh, my God.
And you've got some stories with Elvis.
Oh, with
I know
Elvis, I
that.
love the Elvis
I
story.
watched that happen, too. I couldn't believe what they did. His Memphis Mafia.
Yeah.
All those prescriptions were in their name, and they kept giving this guy. They killed the golden goose.
Oh,
these
yeah.
idiots.
Oh, yes.
Yes, exactly.
What a
And Gianni, did you like just talking to Elvis? Did you like him? He was pretty down to earth, wasn't he?
He's a great guy.
Great guy. That's what I've heard.
One guy. Oh, no.
Yeah.
And, you know, he made a handshake deal with the colonel. For the people who don't know, that was the guy who was his business partner.
Right.
They had a handshake deal, 50 cents on the dollar. And he
Yeah,
kept
50 cents on the dollar. Yep.
giving it to him.
Wow.
Outrageous. You know, I have said, and I'm going to say it again on this TV show, I considered Elvis to be one of the greatest actors of all time. People go, what? I go,
Actor?
actor, because
Oh, yeah.
I said, he's a man like you who played himself as a different profession in every movie and yet was believable. He was believable as a boxer. He was believable as an Indian. He was believable. He was a believable and lovable character, even though it was him. And he could act. He wanted to do something more,
Like
man.
Marilyn did.
But anyway, when you said
He is,
I was playing myself, when you play yourself, people still want to watch you. Cary Grant, no matter what you're doing, if you're an actor like you are, Brando, whatever, or DiCaprio, you want to watch them no matter what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that was Elvis. Go ahead.
Gianni?
No, it's Elvis. I met Elvis early on. In fact, I opened a club at the Tropicana Hotel because I didn't know Costello.
That's where
owned
you
that.
had your club, the Tropicana, which just
Yeah.
closed, as I understand it.
Yeah, and Elvis came every night. I sent my limo to pick him up, but what he didn't know I was doing, as soon as he got there, the PBX operators in the hotel would be calling all the cab companies, the limousine companies. You won't believe who's at Tiffany's. Elvis is here, and that was it.
You called your nightclub Tiffany's?
Yeah.
Well, that was one of them, but you also had State Street.
Oh, State Street was huge.
Yeah.
State Street was the second one. That was a casino. That was 10,000 square feet. Sinatra, Sammy Davis, and Dean opened that. For 3 days, they performed and everything. Took nothing.
Really? Oh,
Amazing.
jeez.
They never took a dime from me.
I wish I had gone out there around those years. I really do. I regret that I didn't go out there and see that.
Folks, obviously, those who are watching can tell that this Gianni Russo is the real deal. You've got incredible stories. No wonder Hollywood wants to make a movie about your life. Seriously, Gianni, and you'll be 83?
83.
83, and look at you. Jesus. God bless you. Now, you've got a podcast, you've got a line of food, you got a line of fashion, you've got
Clothes, yeah.
I mean, talk about some of the ventures you're involved
Vodka, he's got vodka.
in. But talk about, yes, he
Because
does.
he said he met Putin on Skype. Go ahead.
But on with your podcast.
Yeah.
It's the Hollywood Godfather podcast. Talk about that with Jeannie Raymond.
Hollywood Godfather every Wednesday. It's on everywhere. Spotify. Yeah.
It's on everything. And
We
Jeannie-
hit 1 million people a week.
Thank you, Gianni. My God, we can't get enough of you. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back. We'll be back with Matt Savito, a star of The Sopranos. And coming up at Christmas, I'm doing a special show on the best toys in the world to buy for your kids. We're out of here.